The city skyline was a jagged silhouette against the bruised purple of dusk. For me, Leo, it was just another Tuesday. I was a courier, but not the kind that delivers pizza. I delivered data encrypted, untraceable, and always valuable. My last run of the night was a simple one. Or so I thought. A small data chip, destination a penthouse suite in the glass and steel monstrosity they called the Apex Tower. Easy money. I zipped through the snarled traffic on my electric bike, the city lights a neon blur. The air was thick with the smell of rain and exhaust fumes. At the base of the Apex Tower, I bypassed the main entrance, heading for a service alley as per the instructions. A sleek black car was idling, its windows tinted. The rear window glided down, revealing a woman with sharp, intelligent eyes and hair the color of midnight. Her name was Eva. She was my contact. "You're late, Leo," she said, her voice smooth but with an edge of impatience. "Fashionably," I quipped, handing over the small, metallic case. Traffic was a beast. She took it, but her eyes weren't on the case. They were scanning the alley behind me. "Get out of here. Now, something's wrong." Before I could ask what, a black van screeched into the alley. Blocking the only exit, two figures in dark tactical gear jumped out, weapons raised. My heart hammered against my ribs. This was not a simple delivery. Eva slammed her hand on the driver's seat. "Go!" The car lurched forward, sideswiping the van as it roared out of the alley. I was on my own. One of the men charged at me. I ducked under his clumsy swing, my courier bag weighted with a spare battery pack connecting solidly with his jaw. He staggered back. I didn't wait for his partner. I sprinted, vaulting over a dumpster and into a labyrinth of backstreets. Footsteps pounded behind me, relentless. My phone buzzed. A blocked number. I answered, breathless. "Hello." They weren't after the chip. Leo Ava's voice was tight with urgency. "They were after you." "Did you open the package?" "No. You told me never to." I gasped, dodging a fruit cart and sending oranges rolling across the pavement. "The chipper's a decoy." The real data was in the casing itself. It's a They've been following you for the past 3 hours, mapping your routes, your habits. My blood ran cold. I wasn't just a delivery guy. I was the package. "Why me?" "You're clean. No record, no digital footprint they could easily trace. You were the perfect ghost to carry their prize. The chip contains a list of undercover agents. If it gets out," she didn't have to finish. The footsteps were closer. I saw the flash of a laser sight dance across the wall next to me. They were closing in. I had to think. My knowledge of the city's underbelly, the forgotten tunnels and service corridors, was my only advantage. "The old subway station," I said into the phone, "under Grand Central. Can you meet me there?" "It's crawling with their people by now," she replied. "Don't go there." "I'm not going asterisk to asterisk the station," I clarified. "I'm going asterisk through asterisk. There's an old maintenance conduit that leads to the riverfront." A pause. "It's a long shot." "It's a long shot. The tunnels might be flooded." "It's the only shot I have." I hung up, my mind racing. I ducked into a darkened doorway, pulling my hoodie up and my cap down, trying to blend with the evening shadows. I needed a distraction. I saw a construction site across the street, a massive crane looming over it. An idea, reckless and probably stupid, sparked in my mind. I waited for a gap in traffic and bolted across the street, scrambling up the chain-link fence of the site. A security guard shouted, but I was already climbing the crane's ladder, the metal rungs cold and slick under my hands. The wind howled up here, whipping at my clothes. Below, the 2 men in tactical gear had followed me onto the site. From my perch, I could see the whole block. I spotted the police patrol cars, their lights flashing, drawn by the commotion. That was my chance. I unhooked a heavy chain from the crane's rigging. With all my strength, I swung it, sending it crashing down onto a stack of steel goods. The sound was deafening. a metallic explosion that echoed through the concrete canyon. Lights and sirens converged on the construction site. It was the chaos I needed. As the men below were momentarily distracted, I slid down a thick cable, my hands burning from the friction, and landed hard on a pile of sand. I didn't stop to check for injuries. I ran, melting back into the alleys, a ghost once more. The entrance to the old subway was a graffitied steel plate behind a row of overflowing dumpsters. I pried it open and dropped into the damp, musty darkness. The air was heavy with the smell of decay and stagnant water. Using my phone's flashlight, I navigated the crumbling tunnels. The drip, drip, drip of water was the only sound. I found the maintenance conduit, a narrow pipe barely wide enough to crawl through. It was claustrophobic, and the air was thin. Water seeped through the cracks, soaking my clothes. Every scrape and echo sounded like approaching footsteps. My imagination ran wild, picturing them sealing both ends, trapping me in this concrete tomb. After what felt like an eternity, I saw a sliver of gray light. The exit. I pushed against a rusted grate and tumbled out onto a deserted pier on the riverfront. The cool, salty air filled my lungs. I was exhausted, bruised, but I was out. Ava's car pulled up silently beside the pier. The back door opened. "I didn't think you'd make it," she said, a rare hint of relief in her voice. I collapsed into the leather seat. "Neither did I." "What now?" She handed me a steaming cup of coffee and a fresh burner phone. "Now we disappear. The people we're dealing with, they don't give up. The list is safe for now, but they'll be hunting us." "Us?" I asked, looking at her. My simple life was over. She looked out at the dark, churning water, the city lights reflecting in her eyes. "You're in this now, Leo. You delivered the package. You became the target. You survived. That makes you valuable. Welcome to the real world." As the car sped away, leaving the city skyline behind, I knew she was right. I was no longer just a courier. I was part of a story I never asked to be in. A story of shadows and secrets. And for the first time, looking at the road, stretching into the unknown darkness ahead, I felt a strange, thrilling sense of purpose. The chase was on, and I was ready to run.